Okay, so this is Christina Aguilera. I totally thought this was Kesha. Why do they look the same?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hi everyone, my name is Blair and this is the Blair Book Project. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book review of #FashionVictim. If you're new here, I have changed my background a little bit. I am actually in my bedroom, hanging out with my puppies today. Yes, my lamps are not the same. Yes, they are different. That is because this one is usually in my bedroom and this one is usually in my living room. But for the video and backlighting, I brought this one in. So I wanted to make this video because I had told a couple of my friends here on BookTube and in the real world to not read this book. When I first started it, I was listening to it on audiobook and the narrator's voice was just so grating, and actually a lot of this book, they say OMG, like so many times. So it was really hard for me to get through the audiobook. But when I actually read the physical book and I stopped listening to it, it actually was a lot easier to get through. I just wanted to clear the air. So today for this book review, I'm not going to just do like a normal book review. I'm also going to do a mood board because in #FashionVictim, the main character, Anya Sinclair, is not only obsessed with her co-worker Sarah Taft, but obsessed with making mood boards. And I wanted to make a mood board for how I felt about this book. I kind of already started cutting things out, so that's why there's pieces that have already been cut. But I have fashion magazines, because Anya Sinclair works in a fashion magazine. And I'm going to cut them out and tell all about this book. So we follow our main character, Anya Sinclair, as she works in a fashion magazine in New York. She is obsessed with her co-worker, Sarah Taft, to the point that she tries to dress like her. She doesn't want her to have any other friends except for her. She tries really hard to be her only friend. And anyone who stands in her way meets a violent end. She doesn't like it when anyone talks bad about her or makes fun of her, and if you do that, chances are she's going to kill you. This book is a murder mystery thriller from the perspective of the murderer. And, okay, bye honey. I thought that was a really cool twist on a murder mystery. A lot of times they can get a little bit repetitive, so this was a cool, different take on a murder mystery. It's her debut novel, and it kind of reads like one. There were a few things that happened because I read a lot of thrillers that I was able to kind of figure out, but it was pretty exciting because you're left guessing, is she gonna get caught? Are they gonna find out who's the killer? It is actually pretty entertaining. So I'm gonna start cutting out some magazines. So I'm gonna start with this picture. It is a girl dressed in black, Chanel. The main character wears black all the time. It's pretty much all she ever wears. And she is brunette. She's one of the only brunettes that work in her magazine. Most everyone else is blonde. One thing that I thought was pretty interesting about this book was that she brings to light the lack of diversity within the fashion industry. She mentions that there's only one girl of Indian descent working at the magazine, and they had met their brown girl quota, and they didn't need to hire any more brown people, so when they were looking to hire a new intern, they hired a white girl. So that's also something that I'm going to put into my mood board, is I'm going to find some pictures of beautiful women of color, and I'm going to put those in the mood board because I think that is something that is desperately needed in the fashion industry. There's more acceptance of women of color. Okay, so I'm going to cut out also this girl who's in athletic gear. One part in the book that is mentioned quite frequently is doing an article about how I lost 20 pounds in a month, and they choose Anya for this article because she is the only person that is over a size 2. She's a size 6. This actually reminds me of The Devil Wears Prada. They give Anne Hathaway's character a really big hard time about being a size 6. And this is actually something that I've dealt with being in the fashion industry. You know, I work in fashion design, so it's not as big of a problem, but it is something that we deal with a lot, is sizeism within the fashion industry. And so throughout the book, they give her a hard time about not sticking to her diet, how fat she is, and it's really actually quite problematic how much Anya's weight is at the center of conversation at her place of employment. I can't imagine working somewhere where they cared more about what I looked like than what the work I did. So I found my Sarah Taft. It is Blake Lively. I haven't seen this movie, but it looks eerie, so I'm going to cut her out and make her my Sarah Taft. Okay, so this is actually really cool what I found. It says the shrink is in. Anya, throughout the whole book, she talks about what would my shrink Dr. M say to what I'm about to do, and then if she thinks that Dr. M would not be okay with what she's about to do, she goes, well, Dr. M doesn't need to know. It'll be okay. So it's like, why are you even asking what he would say? Because you're not going to take his advice anyways. On to the next magazine. One thing I really like about #FashionVictim is there's no like forced romance. I feel a lot of the times in female-led stories, if there's a lull, they'll just kind of throw in a romance. There is a romantic interest in this book, but it's actually kind of funny, and it's not like a huge focus of the book, so it doesn't bother me. Ooh, these are some cute boats. I'm gonna cut these out. So I found this great article about how FOMO sucks your cash, and that's actually something that Anya deals with a lot in the book. She is obsessed with wanting to spend time with Sarah and doesn't want to be left out, so she actually like tracks Sarah's phone and has, you know, so she can read her texts. And I'm going to just take out the FOMO sucks part and put that with this picture of girls out shopping. This says violence on it. That's a good part. So on to our last magazine. Ooh, this is great. There's wigs. There is a part in this book with wigs. So I'm just gonna cut this out. Hi, Jackie. I'm not giving him enough attention, you guys. What about that one? Is that one good? Nope. He didn't like that one. Okay, so I cut out a bunch of pictures and I'm going to put them on my mood board. Okay, so I've got it kind of how I think I want it to go, and I'm just going to stick everything on. And I don't have glue, I have double-sided tape. So this is going to take a while. Okay, so I have finished my mood board. I'm going to show you. It is huge. I'm pretty proud of it. Oh, I have an idea. Here is my mood board for #FashionVictim. As you can see on the left, we have lots of black. There's a cityscape because it's based in New York. There's a girl whose face is hidden down at the bottom. There's a bunch of different fashion brands. They're very fashion conscious. They wear a lot of designer. Up near the top, are you a fun friend? Anya is very concerned about being Sarah's friend. FOMO sucks. She's very obsessed with what Sarah is doing at all times. Down at the bottom, There is a wall of wigs, an eye, and someone's mouth. Kind of zoom in. Yeah, so on the one on the mouth, right there, I kind of got tape on it, and so that's why there's that little mark. So down at the bottom, this kind of represents the murders and what she does to make sure that she can be Sarah's BFF. Up at the top we have the fitness to represent how crazy obsessed the fashion industry is with everyone being super skinny. Size 2 is apparently the biggest they want to be. And then down at the bottom is just some beautiful women of color for representation, because in the book she brings to light their lack of representation in the fashion industry. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was a fun read, but I don't know that I would rush out and buy her next book. I think that maybe I would wait a while because, like I said before, it just didn't really grab me as a must-read. So that is my review of #Fashion Victim by Amina Akhtar. I had a lot of fun reading it once I started reading the physical book and not listening to the audiobook. I really enjoyed the story from the killer's perspective and seeing how her mind worked and like her reasoning behind everything that she did. I really enjoyed her relationship with other people in her life. They were not always super great. Is this book the best book that I've ever read? No. Did it keep me on the edge of my seat so like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? No. But it was really enjoyable. It was a fun read. So for that I give it 3.5 stars. I can't give it more than that just because was shopped as a thriller and it wasn't really all that thrilling, especially since you kind of knew what was going to happen throughout the whole book. There is a little bit of a twist at the end, but it's just not big enough for me to give it more stars. If you liked this video, please hit me with a thumbs up. If you want to keep getting more bookish content from me and you haven't already, please subscribe. Ring the little bell so you can be notified of when I post new videos. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought about my mood board, if it makes you want to read the book anymore, or if you think, no, now that I've heard about it, I'm not really interested. And I'm kind of now, since it's getting closer to October, I really want to read some more spooky thrillers. So if you have any good recommendations for a spooky thriller to read, please comment down below so that I can have something to read in October. Anyways, I hope you all have a lovely day. I love your faces. Bye.
Hello, baby. Oh. Hello. Hello.
Oh. Jack is being very helpful, helping me pick out things. Look, Jack, is this one good? No? Is it good? You like that one better? This one? No? Like this piece of trash? What about this one? Thank you. He helps keep my table clean.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.